Hello everybody, it's Anna here and a happy new year. Now I have a few memory cards to share with you today and I'm using these new stencils by scrapbook.com which I adore. I just love them to bits, along with some color cardstock and ink and the Heidi Swap MemoryDex die cuts. Just got these die cuts and I just love, even though I love using die cuts, but even though you can actually make your own by just cutting it down, I do like those pretty edges really. Now I'm going to start off by using the zebra stencil and on this pink cardstock, this is also from scrapbook.com, and I'm just figuring out if I can use it, if the die will actually fit, to make sure that I get the pattern that I'm after really. Now I'm just placing my stencil over the cardstock and I'm using the mint tape to hold the stencil to my work surface, and then I'm using just pink ink, which is a bit darker than the cardstock itself, and then just the ink blending tool and the domed foam. Hello. And I really like to blend with this foam. It just gives me a bit more control. Well, actually makes me look like I know what I'm doing, which is always a good thing. And I'm just making sure that the stencil isn't moving about by holding it here and there. I could have done this another way. I could have just used a spray to make it a bit more sticky so that it wouldn't move, but I had already started, so I didn't want to screw things up too much. But I will show you another way of keeping your stencil in place. And this looks so pretty. I love it. So cute. And then I just need to clean off my stencil. And I'm just using a Ranger archival ink cleaner and just putting a wee bit here and there, and then just using a clean cloth to finish off the rest. Now, here I figured I might as well use the mint tape on the other side so that the cardstock doesn't move away from the stencil. Hey, clever! Should have done the first time around, but hey, live and learn. Now I'm doing the same thing. I'm just using another color of ink and just smushing that ink here and there to create that pattern. And same as before, it is just a colored cardstock, and then I choose ink that is a bit darker. And I'm not being too precise about how much ink I put on it. I kind of like it to be a variant of sorts, so I'm not too bothered by that. And this way it went way quicker having that tape underneath. Make a mental note out of it, don't forget. And the same thing, using the dauber to add some liquid, I guess, to it, and then just wiping it up with a cloth. And my stencil is as good as new. Now that the backgrounds are ready, all I have to do now is find the die cuts and place them on and cut them with my die cut machine. I have a Sizzix machine and it is on the other side of my table, so unfortunately I can't bring it into camera view, but yeah, that's how I did it. And I'm just peeling it apart, and I will keep the rest of the cardstock in my pile of extra stuff, because, well, you could use these for cards or whatnot. But look at these edges, they are so pretty. Love it. And now I need to decorate the cards. Now I'm using a die set from scrapbook.com, or die sets, and this one I'm using the word fun. And for the other one I'm doing the heart shape. And I'm using just a silver sparkly glittery cardstock I have in my stash, and just die cutting that with my machine and using the mint tape to make sure that it doesn't move. And I also wanted to have a bit of a, let's say, a shadow, So I die cut the same shapes, or the wood and the shape, from Fawn Vellum, which is Pearlescent, I believe. I will have links to everything down below so you can have a look at what I used. And I'm just using the Smart Glue, which is a very sticky, liquidy glue from scrapbook.com. I like that for the larger elements because it dries, well, rather quickly, and it gives me just a wee bit of time of maneuvering stuff. And I am sorry I'm a bit out of camera view. I just totally didn't notice. Sorry about that. But I'm just basically adding glue to the sparkly die cut and placing it over the vellum at a wee bit of an angle, so you get kind of a shadowy kind of a look to it, I guess. And I'm using clear blocks to put some pressure to make sure that the glue sits where I want it to sit. So instead of using my fingers and getting all sticky and bothered, really. And then I just place these on the side to figure out what I am going to do. Like I said, I'm sorry about the camera view, but I do notice in a wee bit, but yeah, it took me a while, sorry. And again, same sticky glue and just adding it to the memory card. And again, blocks to the rescue. And this one's a bit too sticky, so it was kind of stuck on the block. So just maneuvering that about. And this is really handy. Those clear blocks are really handy when I'm trying to add pressure to those little bits. And then that is ready on the card. Now I did kind of screw up on that banner, but I'm fixing that with tiny scissors so it doesn't look as obvious. And now just the fun on the Cheetah stencil. And again, I'm using Smart Glue for that. But yeah, oh yes, right. I found that the background was a bit too busy for the fun element, so I decided to die cut tags from just white cardstock, Neenah Solar White, and the same vellum I used for the images, just to add a bit of, I guess, grounding to it, really, I suppose. And I'm adding foam tape to the back just to add a bit more dimension, since I'm already adding lots of stuff. Why not dimension too? And just peeling that away and putting it on the card at an angle-ish of sort. And now I'm getting the Smart Glue, or the same glue I used throughout, to stick the sentiment to the tags. And as you can see, this is really sticky, so use a block, because I would most likely mess it up using my fingers, getting stuck to everything and ripping things apart, which is not a good look, is it? Now, so the main elements are done. I just need to figure out what else I want to add to these cards. And like these cards, I'm not creating them for anything special in a way. I'm just having fun. And I think this is actually a great way to test out your stencils. I mean, you can see how they look. So fun, testing and trying and just having fun in your craft room, really. Now I decided to use the sticker book. I think this is the Sherbet, Rainbow Sherbet, I think. And again, I will have links down below in case I say something that is totally out of place. And just figuring out that I want these for the heart. And this is happiness. And I do believe the sticker that I'm putting there is... can't remember. I'll figure it out in a wee bit. And I'm adding foam tape to the back because, well, dimension is fun. And I'm putting this on both of these stickers. I really like these thin strips, so they're long, so they're great for longer sentiments and stuff, but also you can cut them down to itsy bitsy tiny bit. Yes, ours is my favorite story. Is what it says, and well, happiness is always a favorite story, right? In any way, shape or form. I'm just sticking these to the memory card itself, here and there. And then I need to pick out stickers for the blue one as well. And I'm using stickers from the same book on the blue one as I did for the pink one. There are so many to choose from in these sticker books. I just love them. They're so handy to have, just to grab if you need that just little bit of something on a card, layout, memory card, mixed media project, whatever. And foam tape on the back of this one as well. And then just adding that to the memory card itself. Fun, you are my favorite. Fun is always good, right? And then I want to add a bit of sparkliness to the card. So I use some clear rhinestones, jewels, along with glue. I use the Avery liquid glue for this. I prefer that because it is not as runny as a Smart glue, so it helps me with getting a bit more control. But like I said, I love this Smart glue for larger images. So I'm trying to use the pick tool for some of the jewels, but some of these jewels just don't want to play. Really? So when they are difficult, I use my Mavic pick tool to pick them up. Just a glue dot here and there, and then adding a jewel. And the job is really done. 2 cards done. Just playing around, figuring out how the stencil looks all inked up. And I really like the result. These stencils are so much fun. I know those dies, love them. And here we have a few pictures of the memory cards themselves. So thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon. And like always, I'll have links down below for everything I used. See you later.